welcome everyone to AARP Wyoming's Video Voter Guide Series for 2026. I'm Tom Laycock with AARP Wyoming, and today we're joined by Boyd Wiggam, who's running for the Wyoming Legislature in House District 9, located in Laramie County. AARP has a proud 40-year history of nonpartisan voter engagement and does not endorse or oppose candidates. Nor does AARP make contributions to political campaigns or candidates at any level. Instead, we ask questions so our members understand where the candidates sit on important issues and can make their own decisions on Election Day. Today, I'll ask Mr. Wiggam 3 questions, allowing for a 1-minute and 30-second response to each. Then we'll give him 2 minutes to deliver his pitch to the voters of House District 9. Recent AARP survey data suggests 80% of older adults wish to age in their homes and communities as they get older. If elected, what would you do to ensure older Wyoming residents can stay in their homes and communities as long as they can?
I am fully aware of the need for aging Wyomingites to stay in the houses that they called home and often raise their families in. This was something that my own grandparents that I grew up near were able to enjoy as best they could. While I was serving both in on the Planning Commission and on the MPO Citizens Advisory Committee, I was able to work toward trying to expand and improve public transit here in Cheyenne. One of the key issues for people who want to stay at home, even beyond when they are able to drive, is the ability to access services, retail, even medical care in their own home. Second, I believe that there would be value to trying to expand, say, navigator services at the county level that would help people, whether they are aging into retirement or suffering from some other disability that is supported by Social Security, to help understand the options available in the services available to let them live where they want to live and gain access to what is needed to better support them.
Thank you. Our second question is this. AARP Wyoming's 2023 Vita Voices survey and 2025 member survey show our members are seeking candidates who will help protect them from fraud and scams. In recent years, we've seen scammers evolve to using crypto ATMs and deed fraud to separate Wyomingites from their cash. How would you work to protect older adults from fraud and scams?
Well, in my practice, I have seen or been exposed to both of the types of fraud that you've identified. I wish I knew easy answers. I've had clients who were victims of the crypto ATM fraud and lost their entire pension, their entire retirement savings. Maybe it's a law enforcement issue. I don't have answers, but I know that it's a pervasive problem, and I am all ears in seeking solutions. I have also been made aware of the deed fraud that you mentioned. That has come up in my bankruptcy practice as something that drives people into bankruptcy. At the very least, I should hope that we would be able to provide some sort of a navigated service at the county clerk's office to, when there is a deed fraud, being able to file something in the records and put the world on notice that anything after the fraudulent deed is perhaps presumptively null and void liens, because that's where that shows up. Is when there is deed fraud, then there's loans taken out against the deed, and people can lose their house to foreclosure. And we've got to be able to unwind those transactions in the records.
Thank you. Our third and final question for today. We know Wyoming residents are concerned about rising property taxes. While property taxes can be burdensome for some, they also fund critical state and local services. These services include local transportation, home-delivered meals, and home health services that keep older adults aging in place. If elected, how would you balance the need for relief with ensuring critical services are in place?
I believe the legislature took a critical step here recently in trying to provide a measure of tax relief to select homeowners that meet certain qualifications. I know that increasing property taxes do put budgetary pressure on families. I see that frequently in my law practice. However, to be balanced and to be fiscally responsible, as a conservative Republican, to be fiscally responsible means that we need to be able to fund the services that we provide, whether that means curtailing services or being more cautious with how we spend money. That's on one hand. But we also know that local property taxes fund local services like police, fire, transportation infrastructure. We cannot get rid of those services. That is what makes Wyoming a good place to live, and we have to protect those. So any measure of property tax relief that we're talking about needs to be measured, it needs to be limited, and it needs to be means tested, and not just blowing up the entire system without thinking of the consequences.
Well, thank you very much. And Mr. Wiggam, thanks for being a sport and answering our questions. Now, let's give you 2 minutes to explain why you believe you're the best person to represent House District 9.
Tom, I entered this race because I care about the future of Wyoming. I was the beneficiary of the planning and the efforts and the opportunities that prior generations provided to me. As a fifth generation Laramie County resident, I understand both the ups and downs of Wyoming's economy and the opportunities that we do have before us. I want to pass that on. I want to ensure that future generations have similar opportunities to build lives, to build families, to build careers right here in Wyoming. I don't think people should have to choose between pursuing their best potential or their best, pursuing and maximizing their potential or remaining close to home and family in Wyoming. I think you should be able to have it both, and I'm running in order to continue moving Wyoming in that direction so that future generations have better opportunities than I had growing up in Wyoming.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, and thank you to our viewers for joining us in this video voter guide. We encourage you to keep checking Cowboy State Daily and AARP Wyoming's Facebook page for more voter guides in the days to come.